Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. Oh boy, sorry for the delay there. There's a issue trying to get YouTube set up. Also, sorry I'm late today. I just had all the work I needed to do. Why does it say? So I've been having some issues with my OBS. Why can't I update this? Hold on a second, let me try this. That did not update at all, did it? Wait, let me refresh. Yep. All my tags are gone. All the everything is gone right now. I can't even update the title through the OBS. Chat got reverted somehow. Now I'm not seeing any of the chat messages from previous streams or previous few streams. So it's just a mess of things right now. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this a little bit. Give me one quick second. No, I don't want to change my avatar. I seriously need a new method of like checking chat and like updating my stuff, because this ain't it really. At least not right now. Wow, I can't even see how many people are watching me right now, because for some reason the it is just not displaying that. So I need something so I can like view my multi-stream stuff and everything. Where the hell do I go? I always forget this. I've had to do this before, but I keep forgetting. Go around here? Holy shit, I got a new follower. Oh my gosh, I have 12 followers now. Hot dog. Alright. This person is gonna get banned though, because they're doing the thing again. Title. How do I update the title? Oh, it's up. Oh, it's up right, top right over here. Hold on. There we go. Save that. Oh, I can hear myself. I didn't even realize that. Again, I can barely hear anything with these earbuds. So, apologies for that. Oh, that actually updated. My YouTube updated for some reason. Let me go ahead and send the link. My link address. Bam. All right, post this. There we go. Because stuff tonight as always. I'll see you all there. All right. Dude, I'm getting so many followers. Dude, I'm up to like, hold on, let me make sure about this. Dude, I'm up to 58 followers on fucking Twitter. I don't know what I did, but people seem to be liking my account. If only they liked my streams as much as they liked me. But anyways, let's see. I think we're good to go. Yep. One thing else you'll probably notice, my camera is a bit weird. Hold on, actually, let me make sure I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm doing just chatting here and gaming there. Okay, hold on. Ready, set. Excuse me. Hello, everybody. So, as you probably noticed, my camera's a bit different. For some fucking reason, I opened. Well, shit. Hold on, let me get this. Sorry about that. I wasn't even thinking about that. For some reason, I restarted my computer, and my camera just started doing this. It's just at a completely different angle for some reason. I have no idea why. But with that being said, we're just gonna get back into what we were doing the other day. Let me open this back on up here. Open this guy's video back up over here. Hell yeah. So last time we were learning about getters and setters. I remember how they work. I don't entirely remember which was what though. That's a bit of a problem. This. Let me look at this again. Yeah, class name character. Last I'm still kind of confused on this one. I mean, not really. I understand it, but essentially creates like a new sort of node we can screw around with, I think. Yes. Okay, yeah, this one does look like, okay. Yeah, I think I understand this a bit better now. How you can call it in other things. Okay, I kind of understand this. I'm trying to think about it. They said this as the character node. And then you can access its stuff inside of it using this. I think. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense when I say it like that, but you get what I'm saying, I think. So it's whatever. Let me go check everything. To try to keep my chats open on my actual like tabs, because I'm not entirely sure I can trust OBS to give me updated information on chat. So we're going to do something about that later. But for right now, we're gonna go back into this. Open this.
Such as the velocity.
What the hell were you saying? Classes.
Inner classes.
Inner class.
These are classes that exist inside of another class. We mostly use these for bundling together variables and maybe add a function or two. They can be a good alternative to dictionaries because they are sometimes a bit more safe to use. Say we have this character class here and we would like to add some equipment. We could create an inner class called equipment. So I'll write class equipment and then we can give it a couple of variables.
Okay. So let's do this. There's a difference between class and class name. Hold on. Are you kidding me? I can't control. Do I should we'll see what these do? Okay, whatever.
Create an armor variable, set it to 10 by default, and a weight of 5. Now we can use it.
Okay. Equals to
this class around our script, so we could create some variables using it. I'll create a chest that is equal to equipment.new. Calling .new will create an instance of the equipment class. So now we have one piece of equipment, one instance, which is a chest. We'll also create legs, and again we'll call equipment.new. Then in the ready function, we can access these classes. So we can go into our chest and change the armor and set it equal to 20.
There we go.
And then print chest.armor, or maybe print legs.weight. And this is
okay. Okay.
It's also where you can see that this is sometimes safer than using a dictionary, because GDScript will recognize that there is a weight variable inside of the equipment class. And if we try to access something that isn't there, we'll get an error before playing the game.
How did it do that? What? Oh, because I have like 5 characters based on. I should only print once. What? Oh, wait. Because I was passing it, so it didn't exist anymore. There we go.
Not only when we reach this point in our code. This is called being type safe. And now if we run this, we can see that each of the instances of our character will print these 2 pieces of equipment. And the armor of the chest is 20, and the weight of the legs is 5. Inheritance. So we know that all nodes in Godot are classes, and we can effectively make our own using scripts. But there's one more important thing we need to know to understand how Godot is structured: inheritance. Inheritance refers to the ability to derive one class from another. We've actually already been doing this. Notice how our script says extends node, so our script derives from the node class. This means that all the functions and variables of the node class are also available in our script. Godot actually has a very nice way of visualizing this. When adding a new node, we can see all the nodes available to us, but some of these are organized under other nodes. That's because these nodes inherit from the top ones. For example, both Animated Sprite 2D and Camera 2D inherit from Node 2D. This is because Node 2D is a base class for all things that exist in 2D space. So since both a camera and a sprite needs a position in our world, they both inherit from it. And even cooler, we can actually find our character class on this list as well. That's because when we create a character class, we're essentially defining a new node type. And we can see that it inherits from node. Really cool. Now, all of this probably sounds a bit abstract, because it is. But what it means in most cases is simply that we need to make sure we inherit from or extend the right class for what we're working with. If, for example, we are making a script that moves around our player, we would create a character body node and add a script to that node. We could name it, say, player. And as you can see, this script then automatically extends character body 2D. And we now have access to all the functionality in it, such as the velocity and the move and slide function, which moves the node around. Composition. Now, even though Godot uses inheritance for its nodes, there are often better ways to structure your code. Godot actually leans it. We're essentially defining a new node type, and we can see that it inherits from node. Really cool. Now, all of this probably sounds a bit abstract, because it is. But what it means in most cases is simply that we need to make sure we inherit from or extend the right class for what we're working with. If, for example, we are making a script that moves around our player, we would create a character body node and add a script to that node. We could name it, say, player. And as you can see, this script then automatically extends character body 2D. And we now have access to all the functionality in it, such as the velocity and the move and slide function, which moves the node around. Composition. Now, even though Godot uses inheritance for its nodes, there are often better ways to structure your code. Godot actually leans itself really well to another way called composition. I'm not going to explain that here since there's already a really good video on the subject by a channel called Bitlytic, but I definitely recommend you check that out.
Let's check his shit out. Good job. I don't know why you said it. Why you listed like that. What? Why are you muted? What the fuck? Over here.
Inheritance and composition are two tactics used in programming to reuse your code as much as possible. Inheritance is very widespread, but I think there's a lot of times where composition would fit a little bit better. Let's say we have this setup. We have a player, and this player can attack, has health, and a hitbox. Alongside that, we can accept user input, and similarly, we have an enemy. This enemy can attack, has health, and also a hitbox, as well as some enemy-specific stuff like AI. In the world of inheritance, we would take the attack, health, and hitbox and drag them out to their own individual class. We'll just call this class entity, and the player and enemy will extend from this class. This moves all our code into one easy-to-change spot, so if we ever have to modify the code, it'll affect both the player and the enemy at the same time. We don't have to go digging through every class that has the ability to take damage. And if that were the end of the story, inheritance would be the perfect solution. I mean, right now, this is really easy to comprehend. But let's bring in another object. Let's say we have a tree, and similar to the player and enemy, the tree can take damage. So we can extend entity, but this causes a small problem. While we do have the health and the hitbox, now we also have the ability to attack, which we probably don't want from a tree. There's also a more potent underlying issue. Because we're using Godot, both the player and the enemy extend character body 2D, whereas the tree extends static body 2D. In the world of inheritance, at least in Godot, you can't extend from multiple classes. Since player and enemy both need their own character body 2D code, entity must also extend character body 2D. However, since tree also extends from this entity class, that means it must also be a character body 2D. There's a few ways around this, and the most straightforward approach is to change tree from a static body to a character body. This isn't ideal though, because this gives the tree the ability to move. Alternatively, you could extract the entity class out into a static entity and a character entity, and decide which classes need to inherit from where. But as you can see, this is already getting a little bit complicated, and all we did was add a tree. There's gotta be something better. Let's rewind a bit. Instead of using inheritance, we'll approach this with composition. Instead of making one superclass, you instead make multiple components. So for example, we would have an attack component, a health component, and of course a hitbox. Then the player and enemy would both just have their own list of components that they need. In this case, we have 3. Let's bring back in the tree from the earlier example. Because components don't care what class you're extending from, we can simply attach a health component and a hitbox component to the tree. And we're done. That's all the hierarchy we gotta worry with. You can see in this case, this is a lot more preferable to inheritance. And there may be a few odd things, like telling the hitbox component where your health component is so it can send information about taking damage, but I think that's a valid trade-off. In Godot, each of these components would actually be a child of the player, enemy, or tree node, and you can arbitrarily attach them to any node that you feel needs these components. So for example, let's say we bring in a bullet. Well, for the bullet, we want an attack component, but we also want a hitbox component. It doesn't matter.
Let me bring it back.
Hierarchy we gotta worry with. You can see in this case, box component to the tree. And we're done. That's all the hierarchy we gotta worry with. You can see in this case, this is a lot more preferable to inheritance. And there may be a few odd things, like telling the hitbox component where your health component is so it can send information about taking damage.
Apologize ahead of time. If it looks like I'm falling asleep, it's because I am very tired today. Extremely tired today. But I need to do this for my sake. Yeah. Dude, I'll talk about it later, never mind.
Damage, but I think that's a valid trade-off. In Godot, each of these components would actually be a child of the player, enemy, or tree node, and you can arbitrarily attach them to any node that you feel needs these components. So for example, let's say we bring in a bullet. Well, for the bullet, we want an attack component, but we also want a hitbox component. It doesn't matter how much HP a bullet has. If it hits something, it's going to destroy itself, so we don't need a health. This is the basic idea behind composition. Let's go ahead and jump into Godot, and we'll build through a project where we use composition. Alright, back in the project from last video, I've gone ahead and removed any reference to the damage functions from before. I want to build back the damage functions from before, but using composition as a base. First off, I'll add a new node 2D to the enemy and call it health component. I'll also add a new script to this. Starting off with the script, we'll add a new health variable, a max health, and inside of the ready function, I will set health to max health. Then I'll add a damage function and take in an attack from last video and subtract that damage from the health. Then, if the health ever drops below 0, the parent will free itself. Back on the enemy, we'll add a new area 2D object and call it hitbox component. You may notice a warning about the shape, but we'll get back to that later. We'll attach a new script to it. We'll start by exporting a health component variable, then add a damage function, also passing in an attack like before, and then we'll check if the health component exists. If it does, we will call .damage on it. And the health component variable can be set in the inspector, like so. One thing I don't really like about this is we can attach any node 2D to this health component variable. And for example, if I attach the sprite 2D, this would crash because sprite doesn't have a damage function. So instead, one thing we can do is inside of the health component, we can declare a class name health component. Then, instead of just using any node 2D, we can specify that we want specifically a health component. Then, inside of the inspector, you can see that it only highlights things that classify as health components. This is also nice because this gives us IntelliSense, so if I do control space inside of this function, we can see what it expects, or if I control click damage, it will take us to the declaration. Let's go ahead and save these off to their own branches as health component scene and hitbox component scene. One thing you may run into is if you previously assigned the health component and you go into the hitbox component scene, you'll see that it's already pointing towards a health component. You can leave this if you want, but it may cause issues in the future, so I usually just clear this and assign it for every enemy that I create. Alright, let's talk about this warning now. So a hitbox needs a shape, and your first instinct might be to put it inside of the actual scene. And while that would work, this means that every enemy and every object that uses hitbox component would have the exact same hitbox shape. Instead, what we'll do, in the enemy scene, we'll actually attach a collision shape as a child of the hitbox component here. This allows us to use unique hitboxes for every single object. Inside of the scene, you can also set up collision through here, or you can do it in the enemy. So for example, an enemy and a player would want different collisions, so you can set it in their respective scenes. And the last thing I'll do is set up my weapon to attack a hitbox. So for this, I'll check whenever we collide with an area, we'll check if it has the function damage, and if it does, we'll construct a new attack like before, and call the damage function passing in the attack. We can also do something neat with this code. If I head back to the hitbox component, we can also declare class name hitbox component here. Then inside of the weapon, instead of checking whether it has the method, we can see if it's a type of hitbox component. If it is, we'll pull it out into a variable and call .damage on that. This has the same benefits as before, where we can do control and space to see what the function wants, or we can control click it to see where the function is declared. And that's actually all we need to do for composition. If I walked up to this cow, I can hit it. I'll also throw together the tree and the crate just to show you how easy it is once you've got these nodes set up. I'll start by dragging in a health component and then a hitbox component. And inside of the health component, I will set the health to 30. And inside of the hitbox, I will drag in the health component. Then of course, I'll add a shape to the hitbox, give it a capsule shape, and fit it to the tree. Then of course for the crate, we can drag in a health component and a hitbox component. I'll attach the health component and set the HP to 20. Then I'll add a new collision shape of a rectangle. And just like that, if we go in the game, it takes 3 hits to kill a tree, 2 hits to kill a crate. Hopefully this shows you how powerful composition can be. Of course, it isn't one size fits all. Sometimes inheritance is better, sometimes composition is better. But of course, that's how everything is in game development. Hopefully this makes game development easier for at least someone out there. And as always, have a good one.
Seems simple enough. Man, I get it. I get what he's saying. Let's see here. What was this? Oh yeah, state machines. Again, I thought that might have been something on shaders. I don't know how to do shaders. Is there anything else?
Call down, signal up. When writing GDScript, there are of course many best practices that we can choose to adhere to. Going over all of them is a video on its own, but one that is particularly important is call down, signal up, which we use as a rule of thumb when communicating between nodes. Every scene in Godot is a tree of nodes, and the beginning of the tree is called the root node, which is the highest in the hierarchy. When looking at two nodes where one is right above the other, we say that they have a parent-child relationship. The node that is above is the parent, and the node that is below is the child, and that child might also have a child, and so on. Call down, signal up means that nodes are fine to call functions on the nodes below them in the hierarchy, but not vice versa. Instead, nodes below should use signals to communicate that something has happened. The nodes above can then connect to these signals as they choose and act accordingly. Think of it like real life. Parents are allowed to tell their children what to do, but children shouldn't directly command their parents to do things. Instead, children signal their needs to the parents and the parents decide the next step. Now keep in mind that this is a way to remember a good coding practice. It is definitely not parenting advice. But what if we need to communicate between two nodes that are on the same level? You guessed it, these are called siblings. Well, here the common parent is in charge of connecting the signal from one sibling to the function on the other. This is most often done in the ready function right at the beginning. So that's the idea of the rule, but of course always implementing this concept correctly requires some practice. I'll have a link to a good article with some nice examples.
Print, syntax. What?
Emit the signal when we level up. Let's try it out. Instead of a button here, I'll create a timer. So I'll add a timer node and set it to auto start. This will count down from 1 and when
Yeah, let's see. Starting from scratch here. That's not right. Okay. What's what I should do? What's this mean? Parse a class or a method as abstract. An abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated directly. Instead, it is meant to be inherited by other classes. Error. What does that mean? Absolutely no idea. When, how, or why I would ever use that. Back to this. Minute. Open this back up. Comments.
Great job.
I need to
Functions.
focus on this part.
Functions are the bread and butter of programming. They allow you to bundle up your code in small
How do you
reusable
trigger
packages.
your own
So far,
functions?
we've been using some of Godot's built-in functions like ready and input. Notice how these are prefixed with an underscore. This is
What's
to
more
show that
about
they
this?
are not activated or called by us, but by the engine itself. But we can actually make our own functions and use them to do really cool things. Common functions to making games are things like jump, die, shoot, and respawn. And making a function is actually really easy. Let's make a function for jumping. So we'll write func, then the name of our function, open and close parentheses, and a colon. Then in here we'll put all of our code for jumping. So we could add an upwards force, play a funny sound, and a jump animation. For now we'll just print jump. But nothing is currently triggering or calling our function. Let's call it whenever we press the action we made earlier. So func underscore input event, and if our action was pressed, then we call our jump function by writing jump followed by open and close parentheses. And now when I press space, it displays jump. And at this point, I encourage you to add the sound effect yourself. Boing, boing, boing. A lot of fun to be had here. Now this already makes our code more readable and reusable. But right now, our function is just a simple command. We call it and it does some things. However, we can actually use functions for much more than this. They can have inputs and outputs. Let me explain. I like to think of functions as
Yeah, we
machine to
did
make
this.
ground is just give off that adds to
The parameters.
result variable. We'll give it the first, but let's do indeed it prints 3. So here we've created a function return the result. Up here in return is equal to add, and we'll add together. And because we have equal to add, and there you go, we now get 18 because 3 plus statically turn on 1. Here we can set will only work with numbers. 3, 4, 6 numbers is
The other way of doing the
equal to randf.
random numbers,
Behold,
raise.
and then is removed. Loops allow us to repeat code a number of times
Okay.
with small variations. They are perfect.
Pause it, pause it. Fuck, I don't want your fucking bullshit. Okay. Let's just do the download. Let's see what we can do with this. Projects? No, 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 no. Hold on. Actually, I clicked. I guess I'll just do projects. What the fuck is this file called? Tutorial project. Where the hell is this actually at? Okay. Go to the project list. Yeah, whatever. I'll save. It's in my fucking OneDrive again. God damn it, stop saving shit there. I don't want it to save to that file. It keeps fucking doing it for some reason. Fuck it, we're creating a new one. Nice test. This one. This right here. On. New folder. Okay, I could not for the life of me figure out where the actual folder was for this. Okay. Go to the what, I guess. How do I sprite frames, that's right. Yay. What the fuck do I add this? I can never for the life of me figure out where to fucking insert this stuff. Animation. Yeah. To I never remember this ever. Uh, uh, not doing that. What are you talking about? Oh, let's delete it and retry this. What the fuck? Now it opens? What? Okay, I guess. Uh, Alright. There we go. Oh wait, hold on. I get it now. Oh yeah, I keep doing this wrong. I keep adding it and then trying to do it there. Not to shit. What? Why do I... Okay, there it goes. That's this. Vertically, wait, hold on. Horizontally 6. That's 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. What? Okay. White die. White dice. Fuck it. Um. Okay. White dice. Uh. Do this again. I'm gonna grab these. Yeah, I need to do something. Editor settings. I need to get it to where it's not blurred anymore. Theme. No. It was Project Saves, wasn't it? Run, boot, splash, general. Rendering? No. Themes, textures. Nearest. There it goes. I don't even remember what I just clicked. No. There we go. So I'm going to add a script to this. No, I'm not. Hold on. The folder. Things. Scripts. Hold on. Main. Okay, we're going to see in here. And add a button, I guess. What? How the hell do I move this thing? What? Give me that weird button thing. How the hell? What's happening? Why won't it move? Also, why is it a fucking squircle now? What? I'm so confused. Shoot, what am I looking for? Did not do anything. God damn it. I'm gonna look this up. Painful. Got it. I should delete you. Go. Whatever. Fuck it. We ball. Never mind, I can't ball. I like this. What? Come on. This sucks. I hate this. I hate everything about this. What the fuck will you not do what I need you to do? God damn it. I just want a fucking button in the middle of this stupid thing. Oh gosh, I hate this so much. Just fuck it. I don't care. We're just doing that. I don't care about the anchor point anymore. It's gonna be too much grief. Copy. Nice. Fuck it. Only one of these things anyways. Or I can make this. Yeah, okay. Let's hold shift. Yep, sounds good. I need to emit a signal. Press to the main. Press. I should make a function for this. Fuck. Excuse me. Zero. Wait, hold on. Let me look at this real quick. Yeah. Random integer range. 6. I guess 0 through 5. Okay, so signal. Uh, Move this over to the scripts. Okay. What does onReady do again? As for these properties, I assign immediately when was okay, whatever. Underscore ready. I didn't do the function. What? We're ready. Connect. Fuck, how do I do this? Hmm. Print. Uh, There we go. Over that later. to it. Pass. For now. Go. Mm. Hold on. Thinking something through. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so dice roll dot emit. And then I go here, which I can go here, do this, net this to here, net. Actually, I need to. Okay. Uh. s- Nice. Okay. White dice. Wait, hold on. Can I do a play dots? Well, I get me. It's get. What? Hold on. Set frame. No. How do I do this? Uh, Autoplay. Centered. Let's just do frame. Set frame. Uh, no. Frame zero. Frame. Why is it setting to zero constantly? What is happening there? Uh, function, ready. Print. Okay, it is randomizing. Why is this getting set to zero each time? Oh, that's right. It only rolls at once. Um, 0, 5. I don't even need it here, really. Oh, this out. Sounds good to me. Let's see here. One, two, six, eight. Alright. Right to do animated sprite. What? What? Oh my fucking lord. Let me make sure some of these actually work. So, add. Nope. No, it don't. Does not exist. What? Good. Let's do what is this gonna do? Absolutely fucking nothing. Do this test. Nope. Okay, so the signals are getting emitted. Double check and make sure. Yeah, it's connected all right. Okay, I'm going to go back to the video.
Going to increment our XP, MP, then XP 1 can as many as the exit no character game or we it's 0 also set it back to signal in 20 and instead in the name of the autocomplete with parentheses. We don't need those, we just want the we can put in a message.
Okay, I get it now. Okay. Go. Yay. That's working now. I just need to actually set the sprite. How the fuck do I do that? On to this. All the resources have been doesn't really let me down that much so far. How to set let me rephrase this. Inside the code. Inside a script attached to the use the frame property. Okay. Frame equals. Alright, I guess we could see if this works. Oh, it does. Hell yeah. Good God, the amount of ones I just rolled there. Let me actually do this. +1. That would actually match what's being rolled. 2, 2, 5, 4, 1, 6, 2, 4, 1, 6, 1, 6, 4, 3, 5, 5, 5, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1. Hell yeah. That's looking awesome. I didn't actually do that. Damn. Yeah, I didn't think doing this. The hell is it? There. I didn't think doing this was gonna actually cause that to work. So I was avoiding that because I thought I was just going crazy. That being said, though, I guess I wasn't crazy. Yay! Oh my gosh. Oh, hello. Hi, friend. We are gambling now. I tried to see what I could do with my knowledge to see if I could set something up, and I managed to do something. Gambling seems to be the answer. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go gambling. I never saw your chat message earlier. I just did not see it for some reason. Yeah, I wonder, can I do this with two? I'll do that. Perhaps I could. Maybe? I don't know. They should have the same value, I believe. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is just not getting triggered at all. Why are you not getting triggered? It's not connected to this. Why? Yeah, they're the same now. Unless I'm just getting unfathomably lucky. Yeah, I don't know about making them this. I don't know if I should make them different entities. How do we go about this? You know, I could do. Give me this. No, I want this one, but I want his actual. Where the fuck is the image? I want that image, but oh, I'm using Brave, that's why. Brave is not good for their image search. Oh, transparent background. That's a transparent background. Yep, okay, we're good. No! I don't want to do that. Bring it back. We're doing something new. Never been seen or done before. Okay. Don't save. New folder. Go. Perfect. Close all. Discard. Discard. Bye-bye. Get out of here. Yeah. All right. New folder. Assets. Where is he? Save image as. Hell yeah. Perfect. Button. Icon. I believe it, baby. Hell yeah. Find our best to choose which mouse buttons this will respond to. Okay. Layout maybe? Transform. I want to make the background transparent. Ordering. Serial. Modify the power using resource picker instead. Okay. That kind of works. Select current. Okay, on button down. Scale. You just scale. Uh, why not? Wait, hold on, let me try this. I'll still do it to the left. Uh, uh, yes. Hold on. Need to. Okay. Mhm. Default. Go. Scale button, the center of a scale is the top of a default. Okay. Excuse me. Let me actually uh oh wait, there we go. Put the pivot offset ratio to vector 2. How do I do that? The inspector. Uh, button inspector. Go to control section. Uh, aha. I got you, you bastard. So now if I run this, hell yeah. Okay. Uh, and the variable size equal to vector 2, which is set at 564 0, and then 548.0. What? Oh, I get. Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it now. Uh, actually, you know what? I know what to do. Funk control pretty. There we go. And now I need to reduce the size. Okay, now. Uh, on. Eh. Let me think about this. Okay. Well, uh, so, uh, okay. Uh, uh, test. Fuck, where did I use all of that? Size. Test. Uh, fuck's sake. Uh, Guys. Oh, what is this here? What's happening? Why is it crashing? No? Uh, nope. I don't know what the hell is breaking. But something's caused me my rat PNG to fucking crash immediately. Too much power, I guess. Has to do it with what's in here. I'm gonna take a guess. Yep, it was just that. Come on. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm not actually changing its size, I'm changing the scale. I think that's what's happening. It's like I'm like really bypassing it. See. Oh baby. Crash. Oh, it didn't crash. Uh, oh, that's why. Uh, shit. Float. Okay, what does this do? Still nothing. Okay. Uh, get. Uh, nope. It's just outright not doing anything. France. It's just not fucking doing anything. God damn it. Uh, Me.
Health changed, and we can actually input the new health as a parameter. And put in editor, and this, and now if we play, we can see that it prints.
Do this. Print. Okay. That's not changing at all. For some fucking reason, it's not changing at all. Oh, wait, let's try this. Okay. Or never set scale equal to value. Okay. What was it saying? This scale. Unexpected indent in class body. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I need to add this, that's why. Yeah. Scale 9. Two 2.8 actually. Now I can do, I think 1.2 should be enough. I think 25 then. 1.25. Scale doesn't equal value. It's not doing anything. Uh, Uh, variable. Can I make a setter and getter for fuck, what's it called? Okay. I'm gonna just do this because it's hard to read the green text. What does this say? Okay. That was the wrong thing. Yes. Can I do the on button press thing again? Uh, 2. What the fuck? What? Two. Fuck me. I do this. Print. Hi. Why are you not changing the fucking scaling? Oh. Icon. Dot. That works. What the fuck? Uh. Don't worry about effects later. Let's do Right. Oh shit, sorry. Alright. Let's do 0. Override fonts. Oh. Uh, script to you. Well, the text. Right, now you connect this. Signals. Okay. I have a feeling I just wanted to make sure. About gets turn current why is it not doing anything? What the fuck? It's literally doing PubHub. Why is it not printing anything out now? It's not even printing 0. What? It's literally printing nothing. Huh? Fuck. Right. Uh. Okay. Uh. I don't know what to do. Planes. Oh, we should do something new. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. This is fucking stupid. Actually, go to this. Okay, go to this. I think. Yeah. Okay, it's just not updating.
Zero. This is 40. There we go. Classes. Itch.
Okay, let's just see here. Just get rid of all this. Oh my fucking lord, that's the only issue. God, and I forgot to add the. Oh my gosh. Oh baby. Yay! Oh my gosh. All right, let me actually let me do something here. If I Uh, I want to make it smaller. Uh, can't seem to set its size. Icons. Icon behavior. Oh hell yeah. What does this mean? Uh, uh, try this out. Let's see. How to clear icon from using what the fuck's the actual thing for this? Icon. Okay, sick. So we're going to do something here. the rat. Upgrade. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go here. Signal. We'll probably make it from the other one over here. This one. Yeah. Upgrade. Lock. How do I? Oh, sorry. If grab mounts is greater than or equal to, say, 50, and I want to up emits, right? And now I need this. So good. Upgrade. Lock. Icon equals null. Text equals let me get rid of this. Yay! Hell yeah. And then I need to just go to the picture here. Side. Button is in. Let me actually check this. Uh, Okay, no, it doesn't stop me from clicking. How to make a button. Disabled equals true. Okay, I didn't even see. Oh, it's right fucking there. Upgrade. Well, actually, let's disabled equals false, and then I need to set its own on button press. Oh. Oh wait, no, fuck. That's why I was confused. I just connected the wrong thing. Now I need to go to upgrade and go to press here. Actually, I need to make another signal, I think. Right. Uh, and then I needed to is equal to true again. Yeah, I think I should just connect this. Disconnect. We need to connect this to the rat tracker. I need to add a new variable to rats split amount equal to 1. Okay. I do rats quick amount And then is plus equal to 4. I fucking did it. Oh my gosh. I love this. I can't believe that actually worked. Holy shit. Oh gosh. Dude, I'm almost an hour over what time I was supposed to get off at. Good god. I'm just happy that actually worked. Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen. And then I figured out what's happening. Let's see. How do I make it to where if that amount is that, it unlocks it, right? I'm bound to go over. So let me think about this. Okay. Right, so ready. The and not. We will upgrade 1 is equal to that's not right. Emit. So now if I do this, should make it to where why is that not? Damn it. Right. Let's do 10 for testing's sake. Oh yeah, I had to set the truth. That makes sense. Hell yes. Uh Very nice. Very, very nice. So now if I set this right to 50. Look at that rat. Hell yeah. Alright, as I click it now, I can't actually do anything else with it. I want to see it go over 50 too. Hell yeah. Very nice. Alright, that's it for me tonight. Oh my gosh. That was a stupid game I wanted to make, but it works. That's all that matters. So yeah. I probably broke some rules in there, but I got it working and that's all that matters. I'll fuck around with it some more later. But yeah. There you have it. That's it for me tonight, everybody. I'm an hour over my time limit anyways, so I'll talk to you all again tomorrow. I'll see you all then and all that jazz. But anyways, good night, everybody. Bye bye.